Hi, this is Frankie from 95.5 KLOS. Hi, Rick, with Rick Nielsen of Cheap Trick, backstage at the Forum for the Rock Hall 3-for-All tour. So now it has been a few months since you were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Have you had enough time now to bask in the afterglow of that whole event?
No, but we're thinking about it.
You're thinking?
It would be good. Yeah, maybe KLOS, we'll start it off here. Well, you know, we've been working nonstop, so it's like, but we still have it in the back of our minds that it did happen, so it's all good news.
Is that a lot of rockers I've heard in the past say, well, we don't do it for the accolades, we do it for the love of the music, which of course is how you start out. But was it ever in the back of your mind like, we should be in there by now?
No, not really, because when we started, the only Hall of Fames there were baseball, football, and golf, and probably a few other things, maybe disc jockeys and radio people and whatever, but no, so, you know, we just did it. I think you're quoted first, for the love of whatever we do. And I still love what I do. I'm the luckiest guy, you know.
And you were pretty fortunate.
I wanted to do this starting in junior high school. And as soon as I graduated, I guess I have to move on.
So there are some artists who have been nominated several times. You guys got in on the first try.
Yeah, well, I guess we could have been, we were available to be nominated for about 12 or 14 years, but we didn't. But we came in on the first time. It's like, I'm really not privy to all the information, but the information I got was, that's pretty rare.
That's amazing, though. But I think it's so well deserved. I think you're one of the best live bands ever.
With you. God, you're smart.
Okay, so Bang Zoom Crazy Hello, the new album. I have looked on the internet, haven't found it anywhere. So now I get to ask you, where did that name come from?
Well, it started out as a song, which turned into Long Time No See You. But the Bang Zoom Crazy Hello, there were 4 impact words, and we wanted to have an impact as opposed to some sort of album title that you have to look up in the dictionary and it still doesn't make any sense, or something that you can't pronounce. I think most people can pronounce these words. Bang, zoom, crazy, hello.
I can. And I've done it many times on the air. Okay, so how do you feel about this tour, touring with a lot of rocker chicks? It's kind of cool. What do you think?
There's a lot of testosterone. No, it's all good songs, and we've known everybody for a long time. Joan Jett was the first person famous person to wear a Cheap Trick shirt back in 1975 or 4 or 6, something, when she was in the Runaways. And we've known Hart for years. Robin's done some solo work together with him, and we all almost got arrested together way back when. So, I'm
sure that's a good story.
Oh, it's a couple good stories, but who am I to tell?
Well, you mentioned a Cheap Trick shirt, which I wanted to tell you that
like this.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I have one.
Cool, huh?
I have one like that, and for a long time I was a little bit reluctant to wear it because I thought I might be mistaken for a discounted lady of the night, and then I found out where the name really then I found out where the name really came from. So you want to tell that?
Where did it come from?
You guys were at a club.
Yeah, we weren't at a club. We were at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. We went to see Slade.
Slade, yes.
Slade, and they were and then they had glitter in their hair, glitter on their shoes, glitter on their face, glitter. And they said they had glitter everywhere. And Tom said, boy, look at those guys. That's the biggest Cheap Trick I can think of. And I said, now that's a good name. And because right before that, we were not very good at choosing names. We were called Sick Man of Europe. And when you tell people, what's the name of your band? Sick Man of Europe. What? And after 3 whats, then it's like, oh, what does that mean? It was like we spent more time discussing the name than anything. But then on our last record, we put out actually the worst band name worst title for a band name. We now put it on a record as a song. It's a pretty good song.
Well, also, so
That's a lousy answer, but that is.
No, that is what it is. So I know that recently, you know, you had a little bit of downtime, you had a day off, so you decided to jump on a plane and go play with Kiss, right? So that's what you do in your days off.
Yeah, we played Houston 4 Friday night, I think it was, and why not get on a red-eye flight to Chicago Midway, which was late, and so I got home at 3 a.m, and then I went. I'd gotten a phone call from, or a text and an email from Paul and Gene and Tommy Thayer and their tour manager. Would you want to come to the show? So I said, well, I'm going to take advantage of this. I got passes for 5 of my grandkids and a couple other people, wives and some stuff like that. And I went to the show, and it was fantastic. They were great. We opened for them at the Forum here in 1977. So we did 3 shows here. And so it was 39 years later they asked me to play with them.
Wow.
So, they get back to you. Like in LA, here I'll call you, but it's like 39 years later. But they call, and so they asked me to play with them, and so I went up and played rock and roll all night. And there's a video out. And if you look between all the confetti, you can see me somewhere in there. But it was great. Those guys are real true pros, and they were one of the first bands that really gave a crap about us, gave us an opportunity to play 3 months with them in 1977. That was the year our first album came out.
Well, and speaking of that time in Cheap Trick's career,
that's the only thing I remember. So there.
Well, you guys, I know, are headed back to Japan later this year.
Yeah, I was already over there earlier this year doing a press, 3 days of press over there, and then I came back, and we're going over in November.
Does that place hold like a really special place in your heart, because that's where Budokan launched? And
the Budokan made us famous, but we made the Budokan famous. I love Japan. It's a terrific place, terrific people, terrific fans. I like it here too.
We like you here too. One of the best live bands I've ever seen. I always tell people, if you haven't seen Cheap Trick live, you're missing out. You need to go. Thank you so much for your time and for everything you've given us as fans.
Being ashamed of wearing a Cheap Trick shirt.
No, I'm not ashamed. I did it anyway.
Oh, okay. Did you get any offers?
I didn't. But now that I know where the name came from, then I have no problem saying you're wrong.
Yeah, a true story. We played with Fleetwood Mac back before our first record even came out, and we opened for them, and we gave them Cheap Trick shirts. And John McVie became very irritated and screamed at us and thought, "How dare you call my wife?" It's like, so we went back, and then later, about 39 years later, he apologized to him. He's a good golfer, good guy.
Well, thank you so much for the time, and I am so looking forward to the show tonight. And
John McVie, I'm sorry.
He didn't mean it. He didn't mean it.
Yeah, I did. Whatever.
All right. Thank you, Rick Nielsen, Cheap Trick. Go see them if you haven't seen them, and get Bang Zoom Crazy. Hello.
Hello.